and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a handbag review. I have been meaning to do this for a while because it's one of my favorite handbags, and it is the APC Grace handbag. This is one of their most popular styles. I'm going to go over the design, the quality, the functionality, and obviously how it has held up with a lot of use, and of course whether I think this is worth the price. I do have some thoughts about the price, so let's get into it. Now, if you don't know APC, the brand is known for minimal and high quality designs. The Grace bag is absolutely no exception to that. And this is my only experience with the brand, but I am really into the sort of minimal aesthetic of all of their designs. Really, they have some beautiful handbags. This is the small size, and kind of ironically it's the medium size they do. So they do a mini and then a medium, and they do so many amazing colors. It was honestly a little bit difficult to choose. They did like 2 or 3 different brown colors that I loved all of them. I wanted them, but I went for the very classic black because it was the biggest sort of gap in my wardrobe. Most of them seem to come in this smooth leather that this one is obviously in, but from what I have seen they also do some other materials. Like I've seen they do a textile one and also a raffia one, so you do have so many options when it comes to this handbag. This is technically a crossbody bag. You are able to adjust the strap, and if we're just going to go straight into it, I'm going to be honest, I have never ever adjusted the strap on this handbag. Maybe we should try now. So you just adjust it up like that. It's obviously not as easy as just having a regular buckle, but these Sam Browne studs, as opposed to having a buckle and a loose strap, I really love the way this just makes the whole bag more minimal, and I just think it's a much sleeker design, so I do love it, even though it's a little bit more faffy. Okay, we have adjusted the strap for the first time in the life of this handbag, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably just going to adjust it back to the shorter length and keep it that way. But I do think it is nice that you have both options. So as I already mentioned, this is smooth leather, and I just think that is such an elegant finish. It's very dressy and it just adds so much to an outfit. Obviously it's a little bit more upkeep. It can tend to show marks and scratches a little bit sooner. This has been good so far, but I will say I am a little bit more careful with it than my grained leather handbags just because of that. For the actual quality of the leather, that feels fantastic. I have nothing bad to say about it at all, and all of the stitching and everything just looks really good. So I feel like from the outside you can really tell that the quality is there. The same with the glazing as well, and the same goes for everything on the strap as well. It is really well done. I really can't stand when you buy a really nice handbag and then they have kind of cut corners on the strap because it drags the whole look down. So the flap is lined with suede. I think that is such a luxurious detail. I'm really happy they did that because every time I open the bag it just is soft and nice and beautiful. The suede is a gorgeous quality as well. None of that sort of long nap or anything. It's really smooth and beautiful, I will say. And the rest of the bag is lined with cotton, so you have fabric on the inside, which I don't really mind. Suede does tend to wear, so I don't really mind that they haven't lined it with leather, despite it being a more expensive handbag. So you have this middle compartment here, and then you have a very slim pocket at the front and at the back. I would assume it's primarily for design aesthetics. I can't imagine what I would personally ever put into these pockets to make it functional, because as you can see, it's not easy to get into either. They're too big for it to be sort of a convenient, oh, I can put train tickets in there. It's not convenient. They're going to disappear down. Then you're going to faff around with like trying to get into the bag and find it because the pocket is fairly large. So in my opinion, they only really take space that could have been better used for the middle compartment here, because that is not huge. I'll show you what fits into it. Let me just touch on the hardware first. This has gold hardware. Obviously, as you can see, I think most of the Grace handbags come with gold hardware. The hardware is super shiny, and this started scratching, I mean, pretty much immediately. I expected that, and if you buy this handbag, you should expect it as well. It's not like I have noticeably scratched it against something and then I looked and I saw scratches. They just appear. That's just effective life with this handbag. So keep that in mind. There are scratches on these other metal details as well, not as many though, and it's not really that noticeable. It's this that really stands out, and I love this design feature. I love that they haven't done a huge logo. It's obviously, this bag is strongly resembling other designer handbags, but I think it is just such a stunning design because it's so minimal and understated, and I think they have really gone the right direction with this kind of clasp. It just really adds to the design, I think, because there is a little bit of something there. As far as logos, it's very, very minimal. It's at the front here, and it just is, I think it's really nice. I don't really need it to be there, but it's this gold foil. It has worn exactly not at all. It still looks pristine. I tend to forget that it's even there. I would have maybe put it on the back instead. I don't really need it at the front. I don't really feel like it adds a lot to the design, but I really enjoy that it's not huge. It's so minimal that most people are never going to see it anyways. And talking about the bags that this is very much inspired by, I know that for some people buying bags that are this similar might feel a little bit like you're buying a replica of something, that it's too much of a dupe, which I think is up to every individual person to see what you are comfortable with. And I think this is sort of a personal preference. You need to see what you are comfortable with wearing and potentially breaking, but I have been very, very happy that I'm carrying this, and it feels like the price range feels right for me, if that makes sense. I would not feel comfortable carrying something that was 4 times the price of this because I would be too worried about ruining it. So for me, I think it is really nice to have this kind of design in different price ranges. I personally do not feel like I am carrying around a dupe or replica of any kind. This feels like its own thing, and I really love it. So I just wanted to touch on that because I see that that is sort of something people talk about around this handbag. Now let's have a look at what I can fit into this handbag, which is not a ton, I'm not gonna lie. It's a small handbag and it's quite narrow. It's not like my smaller handbags that are a bit wider so I can see everything when I put it in. I am just going to show you quickly what I can fit in. So a phone, which you can see how big a phone is in this handbag. And this is the reason why I would personally never ever get the mini, because it would just be tiny. I think the small one is small enough on its own. And then a card holder. I would also not waste the space on a full-size wallet in here. I do have a key wallet, which is bigger than my card holder. So this takes a little bit of space. And just like a little AirPod-y type of case. I don't always carry this, but just as an example of what I can fit in. And also a lipstick at the end there. It's not a ton, and this is pretty much what I would want to carry in this handbag. Otherwise, it just gets too difficult to get anything out of it. Like if you want your card holder out, but everything else comes out with it when you pull it out. So that is just something to consider. These are not big bags. Now, the positive about it being small is obviously that it is fairly light, so I never get shoulder pain when I carry this. Other than that, I will say it's not the most comfortable handbag because it's so stiff. You can see when I am even pushing quite hard on the corners, they are completely stiff, which is a good thing. It means the bag has really held its shape and it's going to sort of hold up over time, but it's boxy, it's a little bit stiff, and it's just not as comfortable as something that is really slouchy and soft. Now, I've touched a little bit on the wear and tear already, which is quite good, as you probably can tell, but having owned this bag for over a year now, I feel confident that I can talk a little bit about the quality of it and how it will wear. I have worn this bag and I have been careful because of the leather being so shiny and smooth. I don't want to overly scratch it, but I'm also very much a fan of not being owned by my things. So this has gone on the ground, on gravel even. That was not the wisest, but I had too many things in my hands and it had to go on the ground, okay? So I very much am a fan of using my things. I am okay with things looking a little bit loved as well. With that being said, it does have a couple of scratches, mostly at the top here, so I'll try to show you close up. They're very faint, I will say that. It's not something that I feel like is kind of ruining the overall look of the bag. I would say apart from the clasp here, which I've already touched on, I think the bag has held up really well. There isn't really any corner wear, there isn't really any wear on the bottom. It's held its shape really, really well. I really don't think the wear and tear on this is bad at all. The clasp is just very scratched. That is the only thing that I think makes this bag look a little bit well loved. That's just going to get worse, I know that. But the clasp is really good because you sort of push it in and then you do this. So I know that I have talked about other handbags that are flat bags and how much the clasp will impact how the bag wears, because sometimes you need to really pull them and that can really misshape the flap. But this one has such a great little open and close mechanism that I think that really saves the bag a lot of wear on this flap as well. So I want to show you some mud shots of me actually wearing this handbag. I'll just put in some clips so you can see. For reference, I am 160 centimeters or 5'3" on a good day. So I am quite short and I think this bag will suit pretty much any height because you can adjust the strap length. It is fairly long on me, but I do enjoy it on the shoulder, so that works really well. Now, with that all out of the way, I want to kind of sum up my pros and cons. I hope it's clear I really love this handbag. It's definitely one of my favorites. I love this style and I definitely should have just bought it way sooner. And I will touch on price, but I think that the design of this is such a strong one. I think it is one of my favorite. And despite this being a little bit of a tight fit to get everything I want into it, I really do think that this size is quite good in terms of you still have a small handbag that can actually fit your essentials. So for me, this has been a really, really good purchase. I would say that sort of the negative things about this bag, things you might want to consider if you are looking for this style of bag, you might want to think about whether you need it to be a little bit more easily adjustable than what this is. One more thing that can be a little bit annoying, hopefully you can kind of see it, the bag strap here is a little bit bent, if that makes sense. It never really straightens out, even with use. I don't really know why. Maybe if you always hang your bag on a bag hook and store it that way, maybe it will straighten out. But I keep mine just stood like this in my wardrobe and it will stand really well on its own, but the strap is a bit awkward trying to store. You can, and I have sometimes stored it inside of the bag, just wrapped up the way it came, you know, sort of like this, just inside the bag. So if you are looking for an everyday type of crossbody bag that you can throw around a little bit, I don't think this is the one for that, but for what it is, and if you want something that is a little bit dressier for maybe when you're doing coffee dates and not really stressful errands, I think this is the perfect bag and I don't regret it for a second. I love it so much. This is, I think it's around 9.95 euros, so around €1,000. It's not the cheapest, I will say that, and even as far as contemporary designer handbags go, but the thing is, a lot of these handbags often go on somewhat of a sale, which makes the price a lot more bearable. I would say that even at the original price, I don't think that is wrong for the quality. I think it is reasonable. However, considering how often I see these handbags at some sort of discount, I would, if you're looking at it, maybe have a look for that. I think I got it at 25% off, something around there, which is quite a good discount. But my sister bought this handbag and I think, if I'm not mistaken, she got that at 30 or 40% off, which is obviously an even better discount. And I've seen a lot of the seasonal colors, even the neutral ones, but especially sort of the green and yellow and red, go at a deeper discount as well. So if you want this bag but you're not completely dead set on a color, you might consider price into what color you choose. So I think that is everything. I typically always forget at least one thing when it comes to these handbag reviews. So let me know if you have any questions. You can write me obviously a comment down below, or you can DM me over on Instagram as well. I love talking handbags. I hope you found this review helpful, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you very shortly in the next video. Bye!